we're gonna go foraging now. All I be needing is me trusty throwing stick. See? You saying? Hey, red-winged blackbird. I'm mainly looking for plants, but I mean, if a chipmunk or a frog, you know, who am I? Pass that up. Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. Barbecue sauce. Check it out, man. Milkweed's here. Okay. Alright. Well, this has to come with got milk, weed. You see this, everybody? This is a grapevine. It's a wild grape, probably fox grape. And the small leaves and the forked tendrils are edible raw. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that. They're still super fibrous, eh? But they got kind of a good flavor. But it gets old fast. Alright, everybody, so when you're doing survival, it's pretty much stew for dinner every night, for the most part. So I'm going to make a stew tonight with a whole bunch of things that I'm foraging around here. I'm going to gather a bunch of these pine branch tips, which will be the new pine needles soon. I call them little candlesticks. They're little candlesticks to me. And I'm going to grab maybe a dozen or two of these, shove them in my pocket. A little bit of there, a little bit of there, a little off the top. It's a small tree, so I don't want to totally mess it up. But that's what I got. And there's a big bro right here. Can gather some more. We're in a bit of a clearing here. I always look for food on the edges, and what I mean by that is it could be the edge of the woods, the edge of a trail, edge of a road, edge of a pond, edge of a stream. You get the point. Even two different types of forests. You know, it could be a pine forest in one whole area, and then like right over here is hardwoods. So right here we have a whole bunch of goodies. Actually, we have plantain. This is common plantain, and you can eat the small leaves from the middle, how they are like that. And what I like to do is, as I explore and forage, I find plants, and I have like kind of two sets. I have ones that I eat as I go, and ones that I put in my pocket to bring back to camp to cook. So the small leaves you can eat like that, but these slightly larger ones, like this size, these will be great in our stew. And look who's joining the party, Mr. Dandelion. Again, the smaller leaves, I mean, they're all okay raw, but they get bitter. The bigger they get, the more bitter they get generally. So I'll eat the small ones raw, but larger ones, oh, there's a ton of it. The larger ones we'll bring back for the stew pot. Veggie stew, McCoy. And right here we've got some yellow wood sorrel, oxalis, which will give we bring that back for the stew. I give the stew a wonderful, delicious lemony flavor. Look at the size of this red clover. These are good for the stew pot. Gonna pick me off, break me off a piece of that clover plant. Ugh. It's about T-minus 45 minutes till dark, but when you're in the forest it gets dark much earlier. Where my camp is, it's pretty thick, so I have less than that. So I'm gonna go fill up my canteen again at the creek and find some more firewood and get back in situated. Alright guys, so I was waiting until full dark to get the fire going, and man, that was a mistake because it just downpoured and there was thunder and lightning in the whole 9 yards, and so I had to put some fresh tinder under here, but then I got it going. It wasn't a big deal. So but that was a surprise. I'm gonna hurry up and get my water on here before some other random act of Mother Nature. Put you right there. So hopefully that'll start to boil. Ay, ay, ay. Now the water's cooled off enough, I'm going to start adding all these different herbs I've collected into this stew. There goes a bunch of dandelions. I gotta go poo. So I'm gonna show you what I use. Speaking of poo, holy smokes. That right there is coyote doo-doo. And look where my shelter is. Great spot. So I could use my cedar bark cordage to wipe me bum, but I'm not gonna because I don't want to waste it. So what I'm gonna use is pine needles. And if it sounds awesome to you, oh, it is. See you in a few. Gonna make some morning tea. Just fetch some water down at the creek. That's been at it about 10 minutes. Let's fish it out. Put it aside. Oh, not there. Let's put it aside, maybe over here. Oh. There we go. And here is some beautiful, gorgeous sweet fern that I've collected. This makes a wonderful, wonderful tea. So I'm going to let this cool off for about 10 minutes. I don't want it to be like at a boil still almost. And then we're going to put the sweet fern leaves in there, make some tea. And I'll carry that with me on my excursions today. I'm going to dunk that whole bit in. That way, when it's done steeping, hopefully I'll be able to fish it back out. Maybe, oh, let's try this. It's like a primitive tea bag right there. Very, very good. Here's what I'm thinking. Today, shelter's all set, fire's good. I want to focus on food and water. So we're gonna go hunting and foraging, but I want to work on this spear. The first step to that is I've got to make some cordage for it from our cedar bark we have over here. See this big pile of cedar bark? I'm gonna bring this over here and I'm gonna sort through it and decide which would be good for cordage and which I'm gonna save for fire starting, depending on the length of it and if it has any knots in it or whatnot. And we're gonna reverse wrap some cedar bark cordage. About 6 feet of very, very, very rough cedar bark cordage there. There it is for you. There's this maple tree that's not doing that well. It's the perfect diameter towards the top for a spear. I'm going to take down this maple tree down to the base here by batoning. Little twist. Gotcha. Here's our tree, you guys. I'm gonna cut it about here, and I'll probably go for an 8-footer. I don't want to drag this whole thing back, at least not in one piece. And the rope is what keeps this from splitting past where the rope is. Now we're going to split it the opposite direction. Again, see how easy that goes in? Like butter. That's what you end up with. Just going to put the final tips on these and fire harden them a little bit. Then our spear should be ready to roll here. We're ready. Man, another one. Check it out. I keep finding these wild turkey feathers like all over the place. I think I'm gonna stick them in my wrap for my spear here. There, I like it. Couldn't do it. I think it was too big. I'm only out here a couple days. Didn't have it in my heart to do it. Found a little pond and found another cedar. So this is going to be, we're starting fires tonight. Oh yeah. Whoa. Awesome. I'm gonna name you Barb. A Q. Alright guys, here's something cool. This is first year burdock. We're kind of on the side of a little hill. And normally I'd use 2 hands, but what we can do is kind of just dig out the side of the root here. Enough to get my hand in there and jiggle it, and hopefully you'll be able to see this. This only works if it's very, very loose soil. It's got a taproot. Here it comes, here it comes. Oh. That's a nice one. It's got a taproot, edible taproot, just like a carrot. Awesome. Well, this is exciting. Here's another one. Gonna lop these off, bring them back to camp. Just goes to show you guys, digging up roots, it's just one of the 1,001 uses for your throwing stick here. Gotta keep this with you at all times. Check it out on the edge of a field right here. That right there is a deer bed. It's like a day bed area in the deep, deep grass where he can, bed down in the shade, but just pop his head up if he wants to have a look around. It's pretty cool. If I were here longer, that would be relevant. But to me, it's really not. On just, 2-3 day trip. I'm not gonna go for something that big. It's another flippin' turtle. Get out of here. Hello. I'll save you for later.